We all know that as the November election comes closer and closer, Joe Biden's gonna, at some point, gonna have to come out of his basement. The guy doesn't even show up. He doesn't even show up in public place anymore. When he has a rally, it's usually online, but he doesn't want to go out in public. Now I don't know why. Maybe because the Democrats do not want him to. Now, if you're not aware of what Joe Biden has been doing the last couple of days, not even the last couple of days, but on his road to this nomination process, the guy has had so many gaffes. From not remembering where he is, to just simply just standing there the moment his rally is over. Some cases, he even said that he was running for the United States Senate, and then he also even said that he's the only one that can beat Joe Biden. Like, it's an actual quote, by the way. Look it up. It's actually very astonishing to say the least. Because this is supposed to be the guy that is that has the best chance at beating Donald Trump. Now Donald Trump is old too. He is, but the guy doesn't have any cognitive. He doesn't have any signs of cognitive decline. Donald Trump knows where he is. The guy can actually speak. The guy can actually formulate a sentence. So what's going on? Well, Joe Biden is trying to find some people that can speak on his behalf. Well, I don't know about you, but Democrats, they do not want to get involved with Joe Biden, at least from what I've seen. Well, if you aren't aware, though, the Democratic National Convention, it's going to be in August, right? It's literally less than a month away. So what's going to happen? Well, Joe Biden, if he were to accept the nomination, which apparently he's already the presumptive nominee, he's not going to be speaking. Want to know why? Because probably the guy can't speak for himself. So what is he going to do? He's going to ask John Kasich, a Republican and also a never Trumper. He's expected to speak at the convention in on behalf of Joe Biden. I know it's shocking, but Democrats again. I gotta ask: is this the guy you really think has a chance of beating Trump? Because here's the thing: when it comes to the primaries, people don't really listen, right? They don't really focus on the primaries as much because usually people care about the primaries when it's on their party. Republicans tend to care about the primaries for the Republican Party, and the Democrats care about the primary for the Democratic Party. But come the general election gets a lot more news. They get a lot more mentions on social media. So then you have to wonder who was actually running, John Kasich or Joe Biden? And people are going to start asking questions. Why doesn't Joe Biden talk? Why does he have to get people to speak for him? And people are going to start asking questions. And in the media thinks that Joe Biden is the one that's capable of beating Trump and actually running this country. Well, they're dead wrong. Well, let's see what's going on. Joe Biden, courting Trump-hating Republicans, get John Kasich to speak at Democratic National Convention. Former Ohio Governor John Kasich, who calls himself a Republican, is expected to speak at the Democratic National Convention next month and give presumptive Democratic nominee Joe Biden his endorsement. The Associated Press reported that Biden's campaign has been reaching out to Republicans who despise Donald Trump, such as Kasich. Former Ohio Governor John Kasich, a Republican and frequent Trump critic, has been approached and is expected to speak at the Democratic National Convention on Biden's behalf next month, according to a person with direct knowledge of the plans who insisted on anonymity to discuss strategy. Kasich is among a handful of high-profile Republicans likely to become more active in supporting Biden in the fall, the outlet reported. Kasich, as governor of Ohio, willfully and unilaterally implemented Obamacare's Medicaid expansion in his state, an optional program. He received criticism from conservatives in the state for supporting the healthcare law that created numerous problems in the healthcare industry and was opposed by every Republican in the Senate when it passed during President Barack Obama's first term. John Kasich still claims to be a Republican and ran for president in 2016. He finished second behind Trump, but only because he didn't drop out when failed to get delegates like most candidates. By staying in, he ended up being a non-Trump option. As the AP noted, Biden's support, especially in Florida, comes more from voters' displeasure with Trump than excitement over Biden, whose regular gaffes, long Washington record, and recent attempts to appease progressive leaves him in a tougher spot than some Democrats would like to believe. The polls could also tie in by election day, narrowing the current gap between Trump and Biden. So, again, right now the polls say Biden is in favor. Now, I myself I don't really trust polls because the polls said Hillary was going to win in 2016, and guess what happened? Trump won, right? Well, the polls say Joe Biden is winning. Now, assuming those polls are true, this is not even to the point where it's Joe Biden versus Trump. Now, apparently, we're still in the primary season. Now, obviously, it is assumed that Biden is the presumptive nominee. But Joe Biden is going to have to go up on the debate stage at some point. He's going to have to go have rallies. He's going to have to go talk to people. And when people are looking at a Joe Biden campaign and thinking, hey, I see people supporting Biden, but I do not see Biden. Wait, who's Kasich? Wait, why is he talking on behalf of Biden? How come Biden can't do anything? And then people are going to start asking questions. I don't know about you, but I like a candidate that actually shows up once in a while. Now, the reason why I think Donald Trump won in 2016 is because he actually went and visited these people. There's a lot of people are speculating that the reason why Trump won Pennsylvania is because Hillary thought she had it made. She thought that she was going to win, that she was going to be the first female president in the history of the United States. She thought she got cocky, and then she ended up losing because she thought she had everything in the bag, right? Those people in Pennsylvania and those swing states, they wanted to say Hillary. They want to say, show us that you care. Just show up. Just you showing up lets us know you care. Hillary said, no, I already know you guys are going to vote for me. And what do people do? They felt abandoned and they said, okay, I'm going to vote for the guy who at least cared enough to show up to my state. I'm voting Trump. Same thing's going to happen here. If Joe Biden doesn't show up to these states and has people speak on his behalf, you really think people are going to want to vote for a guy who they're not going to see? This is one of the reasons why a lot of candidates started to be more of the people to say that, to say that. Because I don't know if you're aware, but the history of actually going to the masses, going to the towns, and actually kissing babies and shaking hands, that was during the time of Andrew Jackson. Because people are now becoming more informed, they're becoming more involved. Andrew Jackson, during his time during his campaign, a lot of people started doing that because the president was elected through the electoral college, and not a lot of people voted. But as the voting expanded, people could vote, more people could vote. The people who were running for president realized, hey, I can't just vote, I can't just rely on the rich. I have to go to these towns, I have to get to know these people, they have to get to know me, I have to shake hands, I have to kiss babies in the head, right? That is why people do this. That is why candidates do this. That's the history behind all of this. So when the Democrats, or not even Democrats, but when the moderates start seeing Donald Trump show up to a state and saying, we're gonna keep America great. Under me, we're gonna see more jobs back. We're gonna end the whole COVID pandemic, and I'm gonna make sure that I work for you. And then when you see Joe Biden, or at least his representatives, people are gathering to see, where's Joe Biden? Where's Joe Biden? Where's Joe Biden? And all they see is John Kasich. All they see is AOC. All they see is Beto O'Rourke. All they see is Kamala Harris. They don't see Joe Biden. So they gotta wonder, is Joe Biden actually running? And if this guy actually cares about my needs, why doesn't he show up? Why does that send people on his behalf? That's why I think he's going to lose. Right now, the poll says Joe Biden is winning. He's winning. He's winning over Trump. Like I said, I don't trust polls, but assuming that is true, wait until he gets the nomination. Wait until it's Trump versus Biden. Wait until you get to the debates. That is if Joe Biden if Joe Biden wants to show up to the debates. Okay? Like I said, Joe Biden, the guy, he can't even speak for himself. And if he were to win the nomination, then yes, John Kasich to accept it on his behalf. That to me is just very shady. But again, it goes to show you that Joe Biden isn't there entirely. And if this is their strongest contender, boy, it's gonna be one hell of an election. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Trump could lose, Trump could win. I don't know. It could be the other way around as well. Biden could lose or he could win. We don't know. But again, people are going to start asking questions when Joe Biden has to start coming out of the shadows, out of his basement, and start talking. And when he talks, people are going to be more attentive now. They're going to pay more attention because it's the general election. We're picking a president. And when people start seeing Joe Biden have his little gaffes and his little blunders, they're going to question whether or not this guy's actually capable of winning. But again, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Joe Biden is going to show up at least once during his campaign against Trump? Or do you think he's going to be hiding behind people and have people speak on his behalf? Let me know what you guys think about this. If you guys like this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, share the video, and check me out on Parler. Like I said, Parler is a free speech social media platform. Follow me at Hispanic Fence-Sitter if you wish. But if you do not want to create a Parler account, or you don't want to follow me, sharing the video, subscribing, and liking the video does help out a lot. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time.